Hi, everybody. It's Jo Deanna, singer-songwriter from Forest Knolls. That's in San Geronimo Valley in West Marin, home of the Grateful Dead. And in fact, if I look out my window in back of me here, I can look right up to where Jerry Garcia died at the Serenity Knolls. A little bit of local color there. Janis Joplin lived here. Quicksilver Messenger Service, Sons of Champlain, people like that. They all fled the Haight-Ashbury scene, came here. So it has some nice history. So I'm going to do a set for you. I'm real happy I was asked to come back to play for the El Cerrito Folk Festival. I've played a few times before, and of course I've played several times at the annual San Francisco Free Folk Festival. And thank you to all the volunteers who did all the organizing and booking of performers, and thank you for asking me. If you want to, I'll just say right now, if you want to donate to the Folk Club, which would be really great to help bring music to all of you, to share our music and jamming and workshops and dancing and whatever we do, you can go to the either the one of two websites to donate. You can go to the El Cerrito Folk Festival website at elcerritofolkfestival.org. That's all one word, elcerritofolkfestival.org, or the San Francisco Folk Music Club website. That's sffmc.org. So we'd really appreciate your donations through the website there. As far as my music, I'll let you know about that maybe at the end or somewhere in the middle, how you can listen to my music, get copies of CDs, or download tunes. Okay, so I'm going to start out with a song on my latest EP, Two Roads. It's called Magical Garden. It's about sitting in my garden during midsummer and watching all the creatures that came across my path, and kind of watching their little stories and what they were doing, and imagining little stories behind their actions, or what were they maybe trying to teach me. It's just a little fantasy thing. It's called Magical Garden. Dragonfly mother to a leaf she clings, shows me her babies on her wings, keeping them safe until she brings them home on a midsummer day. And grandmother spider, she sits and whispers her secrets to all her spider sisters. Her hidden powers never seem to resist her, for she is magic and wine. On a midsummer day, just an ordinary day, yeah, a midsummer day in my magical garden. Ba 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 I sing in my garden in a late afternoon, summer and dive and swim. They show me their dance to my playful tune. Then we circle around the heather, we all dance together in my magical garden. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 ba. so gently coos as she searches my garden for twigs to use for her nest of young. Who could dare refuse these lessons of peaceful community? And Coyote comes like a thief in the night, prowling around in the broad daylight. His belly is lean with a big appetite. He teaches me how to be brave. On a midsummer day, just an ordinary day, a midsummer day in my magical garden. Ba 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 da da ba 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 da da ba 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 in my magical garden. Thank you, thank you. This next one was inspired by a wildfire, and thought that was appropriate during wildfire season. Hope you're all safe. It's called Can't Stop the Wind. It is also on my EP, Two Roads. And the Thomas Fire was the fire down in Santa Barbara and Ventura that started on December 4th, was it 2017. And because of the Santa Ana winds down there, it really fueled the fire, and it was really hard to put out. I forgive you now that you've gone. It ain't enough just to say you done me wrong. Oh, I forgive you. What's done is done. Now something is lost, something is won. Yes, I forgive you. Blinded by your light, touched by your flame beneath that cool moonlight. Oh, I forgive you. You took me by surprise, then you shook me like the wind with that fire in your eyes. Can't stop the wind, can't tame the fire. You had me clinging like a bird on a wire. The wind is reckless, raging and bad. Can't stop the wind from stealing what you had. I forgive you now. Do what you will, just don't send me necklaces or those daffodils. Oh no, I forgive you. Well, just let me go. There's a south wind a blowing, and I'm bound for Mexico. Can't stop the wind, oh, can't tame the fire. You had me clinging like a bird on a wire. The wind is reckless, raging and bad. Can't stop the wind from stealing what you had. Over in the mountains. stop the wind, no, can't tame the fire. You had me clinging like a bird on a wire. The wind is reckless, raging and bad, can't stop the wind from stealing what you had. Can't stop the wind, from stealing what you had. So stay safe in all those wildfires around here. It's getting bad. We had one close by here, the Woodward fire, just 8 miles from my house. It's all contained now, but the smoke is still bad. Okay, this is a song inspired by the time that I lived in Sausalito, and someone that I was very close to sort of disappeared suddenly and tragically. It takes place in October, and this happens to be my absolutely #1 song on Spotify. I mean, it's really played a lot all over the world. It's amazing to me where in the world all my songs are being played, but this one is really getting a lot of streams. So take a listen, because this is on my second album, As She Is, which is produced by Ben Leinbach of San Anselmo, and he's a very genius producer and has done some amazing things with my music, adding dance beats and effects that don't overdo it at all. They actually enhance the music, so I would give it a listen. Moonlight on the bay, late October, and I'm alone. Ooh. City lights sparkling on the water. Pick up a telephone. Tell me where you are. Do you wish upon a star every night? All my love I send till I see you round the bend, and you know it's true, gonna be alright. Left in the dead of winter. Heard the sound in the rain on the roof, sound of a dog's lonely bark. Springtime flowers bloom. The summer came too soon and the days were bright. Now a circle has no end, so I'll see you round the bend, and you know it's true, gonna be alright. Gonna be alright. Gonna be alright. With my fingers so I can dream I wrote you in a birthday card. You were fighting back the tears of forgiveness. It was getting hard, and I felt you break away. You said you wouldn't stay to hold back the night, and now you're restless and you roam. But I'll wait here at home, 'cause you know it's true. Gonna be alright, gonna be alright, gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Moonlight on a bay, late October. Pick up a telephone. Song about loss. Okay, gonna switch frets. I've kind of organized my set based on where the capo is, because it makes it easier for performing. Excuse me a minute. Wrote this song when I lived in Fairfax, which is about 6 miles to the east of where I live now. I lived there for many years. About 15 years total before I moved here. It was a good move, but when I lived there, I used to go walking at night quite a bit. It's because it's so beautiful. The weather's so beautiful, especially in the summer. So I just go for a little jaunt out in the neighborhood along the windy roads, you know. It's such a beautiful place. One night, I was following the sound of some music, some fiddles and everything, and across the creek I saw a house that was all lit up, and there was all this beautiful fiddle music, dance music coming out of the house, and people were dancing. And I was just standing outside there in the dark, and nobody knew I was there, and just kind of looking in from the outside. It was really great, and it inspired this song, Fiddler's Ball. There's a girl in a blue cotton dress in the middle. I can see that she's catching keep step with the dance. Oh, while inside in a dim light, two lovers are making romance. All the songs, the smells in a twirl, and all the bows in the air make my head start to whirl. Oh, come dance at the Fiddler's Ball. And the song of the fiddle rising above the towering canyon wall. And I wish you were here tonight, my love. We could dance at the Fiddler's Ball. Oh, come and dance at the Fiddler's Ball. All the sounds, the smells, the skirts in a twirl, and all the bows in the air make my head start to whirl. Oh, come dance at the Fiddler's Ball. The Fiddler's Ball. That's not on any album yet. That hasn't been recorded yet. But I will be putting it on my YouTube channel as a video soon. And I have a friend who is putting out a record. He's a folk club member too. And he likes that song so much that he's covering that song, and he's got some really fantastic fiddle players on it from Boise, Idaho or something. And he's actually calling his album Fiddler's Ball, title track. So I'm pretty honored by that. Can't wait to hear it come out. Okay, well, this one is on my EP, Two Roads. And here's the title track. It's a little bit, it's a reflective song. I was born a wayward girl, one foot in another world, hidden like a pearl inside a shell, under a spell. Wandering through this maze of life, dreaming of an afterlife, to find perhaps in all the strife to bear some freedom there. Two roads diverge in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. I took the one that no one dared pass. I took the one straight through the looking glass. The bird who left the flock for the colors of the bull peacock, for the solitude of the red-tailed hawk. She spirals as she flies, for the hawk may see for many a mile. The peacock's colors may beguile, or so I've dreamed, when all the while my feet were still on the ground. Roads diverge in a wood, then I take the one less traveled by. I take the one that no one dares pass. I take the one straight through the looking glass. 'Cause when I follow my dream, I'm a leaf floating downstream. And when I follow my heart, I'm a beautiful work of art. When I follow the sun, I'm beyond comparison. When I follow my bliss, I'm a lover's kiss. One day I'll tell this with a sigh, as upon the years I lie, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I one less traveled by. Take the one less traveled by. I take the one as I'll remember years hence. All right, I forgot the ending of that one. Sorry. This happens, you know, as I said, I'm playing this straight through, no editing, no stopping. And this is not the most optimum performing conditions with a hot day inside. But I encourage you to go to Spotify where you can hear it. It's called Two Roads. It's on my EP, Two Roads. And you'll hear the whole thing. Sorry about that. Forgot the ending. Okay. This one is an autobiographical tune. It's also on my EP, Two Roads. I must say that it's autobiographical and it's true, except for the last verse, which I took artistic license and rewrote because it made it a happier ending. So. I was born in a poor side of town. I was born in a poor side of town. Mama wore aprons and hand-me-downs. Daddy was sick and couldn't go to work. I was proof of their handiwork. There were bullies and thieves in the neighborhood. And Daddy had a gun 'cause he thought he should. One day he finally let down his guard. He planted a tree in our backyard. I don't think this is working out too well. I'm going to do it again. It's too hot in here. Sorry about that, guys. But this is going to be as much like a real performance as you're going to get. Let me just take a breather here for some water. Sick and couldn't go to work. I was proof of their hand he should. One day he finally let down his guard. He planted a tree in our backyard. Oh, well, Daddy died when I was barely 2. Mama did what she had to do to raise a daughter on her own. Brothers and sisters, I had none. Oh, Mama was sad and kept to herself. I found comfort when I sang to myself. One night I saw a pretty little star. Wrote her a song on my guitar. Little star, I see her shining like dear companion. Be my comfort tonight from my window. Right beside the moon as you fade into morning, I'll be singing you this tune. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, how. Well, I finally grew up, went out in the world. I took my time, I was a sensitive girl. Life ain't easy for a gal like me. I had no faith in humanity. Oh, liars and madmen followed me home till I had enough and I slept alone. Each night I'd find that pretty little star and I'd sing her a song on my guitar. Little star, I see you shining like dear companion. Be my comfort tonight from my window. I see you right beside the moon as you fade into morning. I'll be singing you this tune. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, how. I was hoping in my dreams every night for a miracle to come, falling from a moonbeam and make everything alright. Oh, how. Well, I finally found me an honest guy. He had a way of looking right in my eye. His heart was broken just like mine. Our love blossomed in its time. He was sweet and strong and he held me close till my heart opened up like a springtime rose. We had a little girl, taught her to play guitar. Oh, Estrella, our little star. Little star, you are my hope and my light, Estrella. I will hold you close tonight from your window. We will gaze up at the moon as you fade into slumber. I'll be singing you this tune. Oh, oh, how. Little star, shining bright, little star, I will look for you every night. You are my hope and my light, little star. Oh, little star. There you go. Everyone, a lot of people like that one too. I don't know, well, I guess because it's true. Has a good feeling. Well, this one was on my As She Is album. Again, very well produced by Ben Leinbach. It has a catchy, dancey, cha-cha feeling in it. So you just have to imagine that. And we're down another fret. Um, Again, I apologize for any errors. This is not optimum performing conditions. Don't even have an audience to cheer me on. So, trying to keep my energy up and remember my songs and stay cool in this heat. And it's called Every Night, Every Day. It's about the time of year when we change the clocks. So that's what, early November? Again, this was written during the time that I lived in Sausalito. And there's such beautiful views of the bay, and I had a kind of a tree house bedroom, and I could hear owls and just all kinds of wildlife around. Every night, every day, the clock's still chiming. The hours I've been pining for you. The clock on the wall says it's turning back to fall. Every night, every day, every year. By the window I'd sigh, and the hoot owl cries. Every night, every day, every year. I hum a haunting tune by the light of the moon. Every night, every day, every year. And I'm dreaming of the one, our pleasures in the sun. And every night, and every day, and every year. And the dreams in my head change the leaves painted red in the window by my bed into falling tears. So I go out in the rain to wash away the pain. Every night, every day, every year. Now it's another autumn day. The skies are dim and gray. Every night, every day, every year. And I speak not a word. Listen for the mockingbird. Every night, every day, every year. Ooh, every night, every day, every year. Oh, every night, every day. Every night, every day, the clock's still chiming. The hours I've been pining for you. Ooh, ooh. Cha-cha-cha. Lastly, we have sort of my one of a few political social songs that I've written. I actually wrote one song. The last that election we had with Bush and what's his name? And Bush won. And it's actually, that was so many years ago, but it's actually still, things are worse now than they were then. I was going to sing that, but I'll sing this about, it's called Driftwood Man, and this is on my second album, As She Is. Also very well done produced by Ben Leinbach, about a trip I took to Mendocino. I went, down to the beach, and I literally almost tripped over this guy that looked like a piece of driftwood. I thought he was a piece of driftwood, but he was wearing like khaki-colored, sand-colored clothing that blended into his environment so well that he looked like a piece of driftwood. I mean, it's true. And so this is a song about him, about homeless people and the voices that are never heard in the world, like that, the votes that are never counted. What are their thoughts about things? We don't know. They're a quiet minority. Oh boy. Anyway. Driftwood man lying in sand, tell me what you see in your world so free. In a drifter's dream is the world the way it seems to the average man. Tell me if you can. Driftwood man. Can a drifter's heart survive a world that falls apart, where the leaders go astray? It happens every day. In a driftwood shelter, where the wind blows helter-skelter, all the thoughts that fill your mind of the war against mankind. Driftwood man. Your body's lean like a willow, an empty bottle of beer for your pillow. Are you such an unhappy fellow? Well, I was standing on the beach, you were just out of reach, and I almost took you for a piece of Driftwood man, no matter the sand, will you free as a bird, but your voice is seldom heard? Or is your silence an answer to the violence soul turns sour to the ones who hold the power. Yeah, 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 driftwood man, driftwood man. You're a lover of the land. The edge of life is your existence, camouflage your resistance. Driftwood man, driftwood man. On the day you're roaming free, opposites define the key. I see in you, I see in me. Yeah. Well, that's it for my set. Oh, and in the on the record, Ben Leinbach adds all these great effects on that song. He's got the sound of drums, sticks, like driftwood sticks, like as if the man were beating a kind of on a rock with driftwood, pieces of driftwood. It's just so cool. You got to listen to it. It's on. Speaking of which, let's go talk about my songs, my music, and my website is under reconstruction right now. It's usually www.joedana.com. So I would encourage you to, if you want to listen to my music for free, you can go to Spotify if you're a member and search for my name, which is, listed on this program. And I've got my albums up, and you can listen to that. You can go to CD Baby and download any of my albums in full or single songs. You know what? A dollar a song, or $9.99 for a full album. That's another option. If you want a physical copy of one of my 3 CDs, that's Alowania is the first one. That's what I call a sacred collection of, it's a thematic collection of songs for women's healing and empowerment. And I'm very proud of that album. I put a lot of my heart and soul into that. It's my first album. My second album is As She Is, which is produced by Ben Leinbach, which is a really great album. He did a great job on the production of the album and enhancing the music with a very tastefully done album of all my best songs. As She Is. The third album is my EP of 6 songs. It's called Two Roads. It's just me and my guitar, whereas the As She Is has other instrumentation on it. So EP Two Roads is just me and my guitar solo, and that was recorded in Alliance Records by Danny Uzalewski of Marin, who is a guitar player in Marin here. And that's it. So if you want any of those, if you want a physical copy of those albums, I told you where to go for, listening and downloading. If you want to purchase a copy of my record, it's $10 for the EP, Two Roads, and it's $15 for either of the CDs, Alowania or As She Is. So if you want, you can send a check to me, Joe Deanna, at P.O. Box 713, Forest Knolls, California. That's Forest, new word Knolls. Zip is 94933-0717. You send that check, I'll get you out whatever copies you want. Please tell me what you want, what titles you want, and I'll get it out the next business day. I also have a tip jar through PayPal. It's called, paypal.me, paypal.me/musophile. That's capital MUSO, capital PHILE. And you can donate any tip you want, any amount you want indicate for personal reasons. And you can go there for a donation to me. But as I said, be sure to donate to the club at elcerritofolkfestival.org or sffmc.org for club donations to keep us running our folk festivals and campouts and jams and workshops and ways that we bring music to people. And thank you so much for listening. I again thank the volunteers of the El Cerrito Folk Festival for having me back in 2020 under this strange circumstances. I'll see you again sometime. Thanks for listening. Bye.